Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local farm and home supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
and good evening to you. Welcome to high school basketball action on Central Illinois Sports, live from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament for day number 2 and 2 championship bracket quarterfinals. The first contest, number 1, Camp Point Central, and number 8, Calhoun. And then at 7:45, number 4, Route Catholic will take on number 5, Greenfield Northwestern. Alongside Jack and John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Kind of a nasty night outside weather-wise, especially as you go a little bit farther north than this Winchester location. But these two teams are here ready to play it out in what will be the first quarterfinal. Winner will play in the semifinal on Thursday at 8:30. We'll talk more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, recap what happened on the opening day, talk about this matchup between Camp Point Central and Calhoun, and what should be a very, very interesting contest. All that comes your way on the other side of this time out on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout Central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Back with you live on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and on the Missouri side in Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is here to help you for all of your banking needs, whether you're looking to open a checking or savings account, checking out those great CD rates, or applying for a loan. Great Rivers Bank can make it happen for you and your family. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Both teams still in their locker rooms at the moment, so kind of a quiet gymnasium here at the Winchester Elementary School gym. It is day number 2. It's 2 championship bracket semifinals. Camp Point Central and Calhoun, Route and Greenfield Northwestern. There were no upsets on day number 1 of this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament, but boy, did a couple of those underdogs try to make that happen. Recapping what happened Saturday, Camp Point Central started out the day by dispatching of a pesky Payson Seymour squad, 49-34. Calhoun rolled pretty easily over Pleasant Hill, 73-29. The closest game of the day was Route Catholic beating Liberty in overtime, 56-55. Greenfield Northwestern was a winner against a shorthanded Western squad, 58-33. West Central turned a one-point game into a blowout from halftime to the end of the contest in beating Carrollton 56-39. Porta In a tight contest, wins over North Green 50-42 and come from behind fashion for the Blue Jays. Griggsville Perry got out to a hot start, scored 30-plus in quarter number 1, and ran by Brown County 68-20. And then in the final contest, Traupia got by Carlinville 52-39. So today we have Camp Point Central and Calhoun in this first contest, followed by Route and Greenfield Northwestern. Tomorrow it'll be a 5:30 start on the consolation bracket, Payson Seymour and Pleasant Hill. 7 o'clock Liberty and Western. And on the championship side of the bracket in a quarterfinal, West Central will play Porta at 8:30. Wednesday games that we already know about, of course, all of this weather permitting. Let's just get that out there. Carrollton plays North Green at 5:30. Brown County will play Carlinville at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And Griggsville Perry and Triopia will square off at 8:30 on Wednesday afternoon and evening in those contests. So lots of basketball still to be played here in the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. Camp Point Central is the 1 seed. They had a tighter contest, and I think some people might have expected with Payson Seymour for a while, but Camp Point Central able to pull away toward the end of that contest behind big days by Nick Moore and Gavin Blewett, and the win there. This Calhoun squad, they were impressive from the word go against a much improved Pleasant Hill team, by the way. I know they won big, but that was not, I don't know if the final score was necessarily indicative of the effort that was given by the Wolves in the contest. But the one thing we noticed for this Calhoun squad is they're very deep. They're a team that has good size, and they are a team that I think is going to be reckoned with not only this year, but for the next couple of years. And this is a very, very tough matchup if you're Camp Point Central, who plays about 5 or 6 players. They don't go much deeper than that. Calhoun, on the other hand, would go about 10 or 11 deep. Calhoun also has just overall team size that is kind of hard to match. They have 4 players at 6'4", a couple of guys at 6'3", several at 6'2", and then good guard play we saw the other day from Jack Webster and Drew Wallendorf. Neither one of those guys extremely big, 5'7" and 5'9", but handled the ball well, shot it well, got them into their offense, and then played really well on the defensive side too. I think this Calhoun squad, they're 12-4, just starting to scratch the surface of what they could do this season, and a team that is going to possibly give us our first upset in this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. But Camp Point Central, of course, says, hey, not so fast. They're 12-3 on the season. They've played a very good schedule. 2 of those losses to 2A West Hancock, the other one to 2A Macomb, so still yet to be beaten by a 1A team is this Camp Point Central squad, and they're looking to keep that record rolling here tonight. Both teams are headed out to the court now to warm up in preparation for tonight's contest. Glad you've joined us on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll talk more from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament on the other side of this timeout.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
At the First National Bank of Beardstown, you come first. We're dedicated to helping you in any way we can with a full line of financial products delivered by caring, experienced professionals. With locations in Beardstown, Murrayville, and Winchester, we're here to serve the region with your banking needs. Contact our Winchester location at 217-742-3134 or visit us online at bankingyoufirst.com. The First National Bank of Beardstown, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. the availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers, and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Camp Point Central and Calhoun matching up in this championship bracket quarterfinal. Winner plays the winner of the next game. Route and Greenville Northwestern on Thursday evening at 8:30 in the semifinal. And it's, it's Winchester tournament week when the weather is like it is. Camp Point Central, of course, one of the farther northern teams for this tournament. In fact, I would say they would be the northernmost squad to travel to this tournament. And a little dicier as you got a little north of here. Really into Scott County wasn't too bad. And glad they're able to get these games in today. Because, Jack, quite honestly, I would say tomorrow could be what they refer to as a question mark. You just never know. And also another round of wintry weather, possibly Friday into the weekend.
Somewhere between an inch and 87 inches of snow on its way, but a wet snow. And it rained in Scott County when we got to the top of the Florence Hill. From there to here was pretty good. Pike County was kind of tough, and I talked to some of the folks from Camp Point Central and said until they got to Meridosha, it was kind of dicey. I'm sure that'll affect the crowd tonight from the Camp Point Central area. And we're glad they have joined us on Central Illinois Sports as they have throughout the football and basketball season. We're glad all of you joined us on Saturday. A very good viewership, and we hope you'll tell your friends and neighbors. And be sure and hit that subscribe button. You know, we're getting close to 7,000 subscriptions. And if you can help us out with that with some of your friends and relatives, we would appreciate that.
It cost you a thing to hit the subscribe button, by the way. It's not like we're going to be coming and taking your stuff over to our house, so don't get mad at me.
I will come and eat with you, possibly, if you invite me.
The Camp Point Central squad, you can look out there. They're not big. They are extremely fast. A team that's not afraid to be physical. And, of course, it always helps when you have a kid like Nick Moore that can basically – do a lot on the basketball court. Just a good athlete, good basketball player. This probably his best sport, and that is saying something considering he was a quarterback for a team that won the football state championship. But it's not a deep team, and with the number of players that Casey Longnecker can put on the floor, that is going to present a challenge here to Camp Point Central this evening.
Yeah, not as much on the conditioning end. They're in great shape, even though it took them a while to get in basketball shape. But on the other side of things, you know, Isaac Ginnenbacher graduated last year. Carter Eiler graduated last year. And one other.
Fryer Wiskirchen.
Yeah, Wiskirchen. So three good seniors that all played all-star games after the season. But, you know, my trivia would be to you, name me a better athlete in the last 4 years in multiple sports than Nick Moore. 4-year starter on the basketball team, 3-year starter on the football team. I think he lost 2 or 3 games throughout his football career. And they played 28 games the last 2 years. That's pretty impressive.
This Calhoun squad, I think they're a team that's kind of been flying under the radar for a lot of folks. They won the Carlinville Holiday Tournament, and I'm not sure if I didn't walk away more impressed by Calhoun than anyone I saw play on Saturday.
Interesting, because, you know, they played Pleasant Hill, and people say, well, they played Pleasant Hill. I'm going to tell you what, this Pleasant Hill squad, that's as good as I've seen Pleasant Hill look, and the numbers that they had, really impressive. I guess the thing for us with Calhoun is we know what the next 4, 5, 6 years look like for the Warriors and their Brussels combination. They've got a ton of athletes coming through, and that's without the likes of Lorton and Pat Friedel, who were 2 of the best football players I saw who don't play basketball.
There's actually a decent amount of guys that you didn't hear their names a lot on the football field here on the basketball court, but they got a little bit of a late start to the season as well with their successful football season, and sometimes it takes a while to transition there. But a 12-4 record at this point in the year is nothing to to shake a stick at, Jack. This is a talented basketball team, and a lot of it is we've seen from Calhoun over the last several years now. It seems like they either have good height or good guards. Very rarely would you get the combination together, and this year they have that combination.
If I'm James Barnett, after a timeout, I'm going to find out where Drew Wallendorf is, because we saw him slip in a football play that was pretty good, and he might just be hiding in a corner someplace for a layup in basketball too, and he's as quick as the Camp Point Central kids.
He's only 5'7", not a very big young man. He and Jack Webster, neither one very big, but they do both have a motor on them that is very hard to match, and I was also very impressed by the young freshman and Lane Eilerman who came off the bench the other day. And by the way, that was a Calhoun squad who was a few guys short.
They are still 3 guys short. Grainer with some injuries, I think some illnesses possibly too. Calhoun's experienced that with some of their talent. They've had a lot of injuries over time. But on the on the Camp Point Central side, an injury or a foul problem could really make them go deep and have to find out who's sitting on the bench that can come in and make a difference.
And Calhoun does get Chase Castleton back tonight, who wasn't here on Saturday. And Castleton, a multiple-year starter for this team, 6'4" senior, a guy that is definitely going to be an impact player for them in this tournament.
Well, and, we kind of laughed on Saturday that the assistant coaches and some of the coaches are taller than the players. Well, on the Calhoun side, they really are talking about that. Ryan Grainer's about, 6'5", 6'6"? And he's the short guy compared to Ben Bayless, who's about 6'11", played at Greenfield, one of the nicest young men you're ever going to meet, and I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun.
I'm not so sure he wouldn't be the tallest player ever to play in the Winchester Invitational Tournament, but Kent Goldis could tell us that. By the way, I said to Kent, hey, North Green almost won that game the other day as a 15 seed. When's the last time a 15 seed won? He goes, 15 seed? 2017 Greenfield.
He knows it.
I mean, just off the top of his head, it's amazing. He's a walking encyclopedia for the Winchester Invitational Tournament.
It's because he doesn't have a wife telling him what to do, and I just said that on my anniversary, my 41st anniversary. Somebody said, what are you going to do for your anniversary? I said, go to the Winchester Tournament. We do it every year.
Same thing we always do, Pinky. Try to take over the world. It's 7 minutes away from the Star Spangled Banner, the starting lineups and the play-by-play of this contest between Camp Point Central and Calhoun. We hope you'll stay tuned on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show as we take this time out.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pre-game show. Let's talk about keys to the game in this contest. Camp Point Central, of course, one of the big keys for them throughout the season. We've already talked about it. Got to stay out of foul trouble. Not that anybody wants to be in foul trouble, but especially this team with the lack of overall depth, just really can't afford to be in foul trouble. And then I think the other thing for Camp Point Central, they got good scoring out of Nick Moore, who's a pretty consistent guy. Good play out of Gavin Blewett. They're going to need a little more offense out of Drew Pavin.
I agree with that. They've got to keep their opponent below 40 points to really be able to dominate a game. And Calhoun put up 73 the other day, and somebody said, well, yeah, but that was against. I don't care who it's against. You put up 73 points, that means you shot the ball well. And kids like the Eilerman kid who are long will cause them some trouble. Longnecker's big and physical in the middle, and they've got the guards that can take care of the ball, so Calhoun can ill afford to make turnovers, but I think they got the guards that can take care of it.
For this Calhoun team, you've got to try to use that size advantage that you've got. Get that ball in the paint. I think in the early going that would open up some things for Wallendorf and Webster on the outside. The other thing I think for Calhoun is you're not necessarily going to want to be up and down. Camp Point Central, even though they're not deep, they can still get in transition pretty quickly as the kids are in just tremendous shape overall. But if you're Calhoun, I think you want to try to slow the pace of the game down a little bit. You don't mind the game if you're Calhoun being in the 40s.
No, not at all. But, you know, if I was Coach Longnecker, who is one of my favorite people, I would have the Eilerman kid in the varsity uniform because he's kind of got a balloon hanging around his neck, and everybody can spot this freshman kid that played a lot with a uniform with red numbers on the black instead of the varsity number, and they go, who's that kid? Well, everybody found out who he was the other day, double digits and had a lot of rebounds. Kid's a player.
Well, he's a young man who had a very, very good junior high career, and Calhoun's had some really good junior high teams over the last several years. Have experienced a lot of success, and you know, you got to give credit to those guys that are working at that junior high level. We saw Rod Hart here the other day. He's a guy that's helped develop a lot of that talent for this Calhoun program, and that's what programs need. They need guys that are, you know, willing to say, I can work here at the junior high level, help get these kids skill level wise, you know, really solid, and then send them on to the high school level. You know, that happened a lot. You saw Griggsville Perry, of course, the legend, Kim Stouffer, do that for years and years and years. You've seen that at other really good programs. Those guys are just as valuable as a varsity head coach ever is.
Need continuity throughout, too. And, you know, that's the one where everybody ought to walk up to a guy like Casey Longnecker and say, when Ryan Grainer decided to quit coaching, thank you for taking the program over instead of having some kid straight out of college to do it. And on the other side, thank you to James Barnett, who started a business a couple of years ago and could have walked away, but he loves coaching these kids. Both these guys making tremendous sacrifices.
We'll step aside for a break here. Have the national anthem for you, presented by the United States Army Band and Choir. We'll have the Fireman Home Supply starting lineups next.
So good. I mean,
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Time for the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups. Hey, you just saw on that brand spanking new commercial for Farm and Home Supply. Get all your winter weather items. Shovels, snow blowers, ice melt, they've got it all. Hats and gloves as well to keep you warm at Farm and Home Supply. Learn more at farmandhomesupply.com. 12-4, the Calhoun Warriors. Casey Longnecker, their head coach. Ben Bayless, Ryan Grainer, the assistants. At a guard, a 5'7" junior. That is Drew Wallendorf. At a second guard, the 6'3" senior Chase Castleton, and at the third guard is the 5'9" junior Jack Webster. At a forward, he's a 6'2" junior Connor Longnecker, and at the other forward, the 6' sophomore Jack Ziprick. Ziprick, Longnecker, Webster, Castleton, and Wallendorf for the visiting squad, the Calhoun Warriors. For the Central Panthers, James Barnett, assisted by Andy Eiler and Garrick Inch. 12-3 on the year. They'll start at a guard, a 6' senior Nick Moore. At a second guard, the 5'8" senior Caden Lohmeyer. And at the third guard, he's a 5'8" senior Drew Pabin. At a forward, he's a 6'1" junior Elijah Ginnenbacher. And at the other forward, the 6' senior Gavin Blewett. Blewett, Ginnenbacher, Pabin, Lohmeyer, and Moore for the 12-3 Central Panthers. Central being the home white uniforms with the black numbers and gold trim. Calhoun wearing the black uniforms tonight with the white numbers and red trim this evening. Thank you to Farm and Home Supply for being our starting lineup sponsor on Central Illinois Sports. Again, go to the location nearest you or online at farmandhomesupply.com.
So you got a couple curly-headed ones and a mullet on one side, and the other side look like the Calhoun Warriors. Both a bunch of guys that kind of all look the same, except for Longnecker, of course.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, Jack, but these two teams played in another sport earlier this fall a couple of times that were both
slobber knockers.
I mean, just tremendous matchups. And so they're going to get out there and compete just about as hard in this as they did in those contests, and we are really in for a treat this evening.
They like to play sports, and they played some of the best against each other. We're ready for basketball. Let's make her happen.
Castleton jumps for Calhoun. For Central, it's Gavin Blewett. Referee steps into the center circle, says, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. Whistles, and he'll throw the ball up in the air, and the tip is controlled by Central. Moore gives the ball to Pabin. He'll bring it across against the man-to-man defense of the Calhoun Warriors. This is the 1-seed Camp Point Central and 8th-seeded Calhoun Warriors, and Calhoun a dangerous 8-seed, I will say. Here's Moore, right side to Lohmeyer. Little 3-guard weave across the top. Now Pabin gets the corner turn, kicks to the corner, and Ginnenbacher for the tray. Good look, and he'll rattle it home, and Central gets the first bucket of the contest. Out of the gates leading 3-0 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
First time I've seen Elijah hit one of those. He's taken quite a few against West Hancock and then on Saturday, but if he's hot, that'll help.
On the left side is Ziprick with the basketball. He'll work it down low to Longnecker. Actually, they had Castleton underneath. Now ball blocked out of bounds by Moore, and it'll stay on the baseline here for the Warriors.
Not calling it real tight. Longnecker first had Pabin on him, and I said, that doesn't seem fair. Then he picked up one of the bigger guys in Ginnenbacher.
Connor Longnecker, about 6'2", very solidly built young man. Here's a lob in to Castleton. He'll put it up and in for the first bucket of the game, and both teams score on their first possession of the contest. 7:07 to play in the first.
Looked like a Greg Altmix inbound play, didn't it?
Here's a pass on the right side. Stoneman away. Wallendorf streaking into the front court. Bounce pass to Castleton off the window and in for 2. And Calhoun has their first lead of the game off of the Camp Point Central turnover.
You better be ready to play against this Calhoun squad if you're Central.
Ginnenbacher with it out front.
We tried to get a couple upsets on Saturday. None of them happened.
Left side Moore. Spin move down low. Throws the pass to the corner, and Lohmeyer. It was kind of a short hop on him there. Turnover the second in as many trips down the court for Camp Point Central. Calhoun the 1-point lead, and now the basketball back in their possession.
Nick had trouble. Moore had trouble with the ball, but I think he had an easy layup if he'd have kept right on going.
Wallendorf will walk it toward the front court for Calhoun against the man-to-man of Central. Ziprick out top. A lot of good Zipricks that have been athletes for Calhoun over the years.
Amen.
Wallendorf now with the basketball.
Pretty good Eilermans over the years, too.
Yeah, several of those as well. And now we'll get our first foul of the game. It's an offensive foul whistled against Calhoun.
Turnover, Wallendorf, first foul of the game. First team foul on either team. Good to see Chris Gordon back out on the court refereeing basketball. He was a good one for many years, a Franklin graduate. His dad, Bill, a great supporter of young people over the years.
Pass on the wing goes to Moore. Now to Ginnenbacher, top of the key. He's got the bucket for Central so far. Now Pabin spins, finds Ginnenbacher again on the wing for a tray. This time it's an air ball and out of bounds to Calhoun.
Looked really good on the first one. The second one didn't find iron. It found the floor, and Calhoun with a 4-3 lead at the 6-minute mark with a chance to build on that on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Neither of these teams mind it being a lower scoring game. They'll play hard on the defensive end. Here's Zipprick, close to a 5 call. Just picks it up at the last moment. Gets it to Longnecker. Turns and faces there. Now top of the key to Castleton, who was absent on Saturday due to some illness.
Longnecker against Moore is an interesting matchup. Now Ginnenbacher picks him up.
Here's Webster. Creates a little space. Shot put up is no good. And Elijah Ginnenbacher has the rebound. Pretty good stiff arm there by Jack Webster.
Yeah.
Here's a drive in by Pabin, kind of an out of control shot, and the rebound down to Longnecker off of the miss. He'll give it to Zipprick. He'll bring it into the front court. That's to Webster right side. Webster out front, Wallendorf. Ball was tipped by Pabin, but Wallendorf able to control. Castleton now holds it high right side. Central really switching quite a bit defensively. Calhoun could expose some of those matchups. Here's the ball now blocked out of bounds by Gavin Blewett, as you'll see it on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. They got that ball down low. But Blewett with the good springs and the swat this time to deny the scoring opportunity.
Got good springs all the way around.
Inbounds pass, a little up and under move in the left hand here for Longnecker. Gives Calhoun the 6-3 lead and a 6-0 run by the Warriors. Their largest lead of this contest, 4:47 to play in the opening period. Moore top of the key trying to tie it up. Back iron no good. Zipprick rebound. A lot of one and done opportunities here in the early going for Camp Point Central.
Calhoun wanting to go down low, and Central depended on the 3 in the early going.
Webster with it out front. He'll set it up on the attack here for the squad in the black road unis tonight. These are sharp-looking uniforms. Free throw line, Wallendorf off to Zipprick. He'll try the dribble drive and is going to be fouled by Pabin.
Pabin will pick up his first team foul against the Panthers. It comes at the 4:17 mark of the first quarter. Calhoun with already a 6-3 lead, their biggest of the ball game, trying to build on that.
Inbounds pass comes to Longnecker. They're feeding it to the big guy down low. He knows what to do with it when he gets it in the paint, and Calhoun leads 8-3. 8-0 run by the Warriors. Pabin into the front court, right side to Moore. Moore trying to get going. He drives in, blocked this time by Castleton into the hands of Blewett. Blocked again by Castleton. Now he'll turn and take it into the front court for Calhoun. Full speed ahead and is fouled by Ginnenbacher. Block party on the other end here.
Ginnenbacher picks up the foul, his first, team's second. Size for Calhoun doing what we thought it might do, causing some problems. And it is a 8-3 lead, 3:54 left in the first. Webster sits down. Here comes the freshman Lane Eilerman into the game. He's about 6'3", 6'4".
With the basketball on the out-of-bounds play are the Warriors. They work it down low. Now out top to Castleton. Into Zipprick. Turnaround shot there. Good again for Calhoun. A 10-0 run for the Warriors. And a timeout, an Adams Network timeout taken by Camp Point Central. 3:44 to play in the first. Calhoun on top, 10-3.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Adams Fiber is local and providing the ultimate internet experience. Learn more about their great service at followthefiber.net. Camp Point Central took the timeout as they find themselves down 10-3. Here's a shot from Pavement at the free throw line, no good. Again, One and done opportunity. And a foul on the rebound on Ginenbacher.
Ginenbacher picks up his second, team third of the ball game. Here comes Caden Niekamp into the game. Things just keep going the wrong direction for Camp Point Central, who has never played in the championship game of this tournament and, of course, has never won it. It's not been one of those places they've had a lot of success.
They've never played in it, huh?
No.
Here's Ziprick on the right side. Calhoun has, of course, the number of years Calhoun has been in this tournament compared to Camp Point Central, probably not overly comparable. Down low, ball stripped by Paben as he kind of got caught down there on the switch with Longnecker. He did all he could. He said, I think if I hang on here for long enough, I get one of those belt buckles.
Yeah, Caden Niekamp, Garden Eilerman, somebody needs to get Longnecker that's a little bit more of the right size.
Here's Lane Eilerman out front. Gets it back on the pass now from Ziprick. Gonna try the spin move, drives, kicks. Top of the key, Castleton. Castleton at the free throw line, denied there. Wallendorf, the C's parted. He goes in. It's poked out of bounds, and they'll say it was last touch by Calhoun.
Yeah, it went off his body that time, and a nice job by Blewett. But Blewett's had a couple times where he could have picked up a foul if they were calling him really tight, and luckily he hasn't for the Panthers so far.
2:52 to play in the first. 10-3 Calhoun.
The three's sitting on the bench.
Uh-oh. Here's Ziprick on the breakaway into the front court. Left-hand layup up and good. Ziprick, the sophomore, with the bucket to make it 12-3, and the run continues here for this talented Calhoun squad. Right side with it is Moore. Gets it to Lohmeyer, top of the key. Hands it to Paben. Kicks on the right side. Lohmeyer tries to drive in. Blocked again, this time by Eilerman. Longnecker the board. Central's going to have to hit some threes to open things up inside a little bit.
Told you when this rating came out, Calhoun's is an awful good 8.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd reseeded at this point, they'd be much higher than that.
Well, they're the 5th probably.
Here's a pull-up by Castleton, no good. A rebound, Longnecker had it stripped and stolen away by Paben. Paben on the run into the front court to Moore. Moore drives inside, kicks to Paben on the wing. He's wide open for a three. It's good. And Central with their first basket since their first possession of the game. Cuts it down to a 6-point lead with 1:47 to play in the first.
Still have to be careful about falling in love with that, but when you go inside and come back out and you're that open, you got to hit that three.
I mean, when you've gotten your shot blocked 5 or 6 times already, you got to do something from outside to make that a possibility. Here's a drive in by Eilerman. The freshman gets to the left hand and scores. Talent just all over the place for this Calhoun squad.
He was in double figures the other day as a freshman and wasn't on the roster when they printed the program.
Caden Niekamp with it out front for Camp Point Central. The Moore gets by on the baseline. Out top to Paben. Another three on the way. It's an air ball. And trying to save it in bounds was Niekamp, but ran out of room down there. Calhoun basketball into the contest. Another talented young man. That's the 6'2 junior, Jake Snyders, who played well. He'll add a little height at the guard spot as Wallendorf heads to the bench.
You go 9 or 10 deep. Remember what the Panthers did to you in football? That's what Calhoun can do to you in basketball, is wear you down.
A minute to play in this first quarter and an 8-point lead for Calhoun. Ball down low, just a bad pass this time. Stolen away by Moore. Turnover number 3 by Calhoun. Drive in by Moore, blocked here, and a foul. Head of the other direction. Niekamp going to be called for this.
Caden Niekamp picks up his first, 4th team foul on that side, 1 on Calhoun, and I mean nothing by that, but 49.1 seconds left in the quarter, 14-6, the Calhoun lead, and why wouldn't you hold for 1 when you're up by 8?
Yeah, I agree. And to get the ball to start the second quarter, barring a tie-up in the next 40 seconds. Snyder's with it on the wing right side. Out top is Ziprick. Guarded by Lohmeyer. Out to Castleton left side. He's patient here. Out top Snyder's with 26 seconds. Down low, Longnecker has it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Calhoun this time.
Longnecker, they're recognizing he brings the ball to his hip, and they've been able to block it, but those are all kind of scary.
Inbounds, a little tip in. Castleton couldn't get it to fall. Rebound out to Blewett as it was tipped by Moore. 18 seconds to play in the first.
Do you go into Blewett and let him work?
I don't know. Could try. He hasn't had a lot of touches here on the offensive side. Moore with it on the dribble with 6. Glances up at the clock. Gets it to Paben on the wing. Fakes the 3. Now has his pocket picked by Snyders, and then Paben will be called for the foul. So insult to injury as they'll now walk to the other end and shoot 2 free throws with 9/10 of a second to play in the first period, and the second foul already on Drew Pavin.
And 2 on Ginnenbacher when you're not deep. They're not going well right now. Into the game's going to come Cade Sievers after the first free throw, and also another man I can't see his number. Free throws up, 2 of them. First one is up and no good.
It's Charlie
that
Calhoun.
by Snyder's.
Charlie Calhoun coming into the game. We saw him the other day. This team, what have they already played, 9 guys?
Yep, or more, maybe 10. And the thing is they're all long. These guys are going to be a load for a long time. Second one up, good adjustment, good by Snyder's, his first.
15-6, 9/10 of a second at the catch and throw, and Central will just hold it instead. And after a quarter, it's been all Calhoun there on top of the Camp Point Central Panthers, 15-6.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
15-6 Calhoun after 1. It'll be Calhoun basketball. Central 2 of 10, 2 of 5 from the arc, no free throws. Calhoun 7 of 15. Hasn't shot a 3, nor do they need to, and a 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Calhoun with their second biggest lead of the ballgame, make it their biggest, and they'll have a chance to build on that.
We told you, after Saturday, I was most impressed by any team. It was Calhoun. And they have continued that effort here today. Right side with it is Sievers. He's into the game for the first time. Cade Sievers, the 6'2 senior, works at his zipper. His runner won't go. Rebound down to Charlie Calhoun. He'll put up a little reverse layup, won't fall. Gets his own rebound again. Throws it back out top. Now to Sievers on the wing, working hard in the paint. They're the only team to get multiple opportunities on the offensive side so far in this game. Have dominated the boards. Right side, Calhoun in the corner. Guarded by Peterson, who's checked into the game during the change of quarters.
He played a lot the other day.
And he'll have to. Now high above his head, it's Eilerman.
Pavin playing with 2 fouls, and he's not backing off. That's scary.
Here's a pass across the way. Goes in between the hands of Eilerman and then through his legs and out of bounds. And a turnover on Calhoun is their 4th.
Unforced turnover that time. 15-6 the lead for Calhoun. 7:02 left in the half, and the Panthers will have to figure something out here and get things rolling on the offensive side.
Well, they hit 2 threes in that first quarter. That was their offense. And Calhoun has, 5 or 6 blocks already?
Yeah.
Underneath. And legitimate blocks, not like fouls that just weren't called. I mean, they were legit.
Caused 4 turnovers.
Here's Moore on the right side. He'll pick it up at the free throw line, try to go down low. Knocked right back into his hands, denied on the entry. Now to Pavin out top. Right in front of the best in the business, Chris Dewar, shooting some highlights of this contest, and a foul on Calhoun.
Wallendorf's going to pick up his second, just the second team foul, first of the quarter. And so Drew Wallendorf will have to sit down. Webster back in the game. Also back in is Castleton.
And Longnecker. To answer a question on the chat here, no, Camp Point Central did not win the tournament at Macomb. They finished 4th.
Yep.
Lost to Macomb and then lost to West Hancock. They have since again lost to West Hancock in a regular season game. And I believe they're scheduled to play yet again. Here's a nice pick and roll action. Down low, Niekamp, and a foul will be called here.
On the floor, Eilerman will pick up the foul, his first, team second. Caden Niekamp broke open, and he kind of lost control of the ball, so he might have caught a break on that.
I thought we might see a travel as the call. Here's Peterson out front. Leaves it to Pavin. 6:09 to play in the half. 15-6 Calhoun.
Nick Moore's going to have to light it up a little bit.
Yep, here's Pavin for 3. It's off the mark, and the rebound down to Castleton. He'll try to dribble into the front court, has a stripped and stolen away. Blew it on the spin move. Good balance and finished with the left hand by the long arm of the law, Gavin Blewett.
That's when he's at his best, when he can spin around the middle with that left hand, because you're used to seeing a right-hander come at you.
Castleton with it left side for Calhoun. Has it poked away by Blewett. He's trying to get after it now. Castleton runs it back down. Ball batted away. Nice set that time. Niekamp could play for the volleyball team like that. Did you see that? He kind of just two hands set the ball into the hands of his teammate. Here's Moore now, just blows by everybody and gets to the rim and scores. And now Camp Point Central puts together back-to-back buckets and cuts it down to a 5-point game, 15-10 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Got to burn a lot of energy to do that. They've got the energy, but Calhoun needs to take care of the ball. 6 turnovers now.
Castleton left wing. Looks for the dribble drive. Kind of forces one up. No good. Not a good possession for the Warriors. And now Moore wants to run into the front court. Gets to the right side. Leaves it to Peterson. Out top. Blewett fakes the three. Gets a pass down though. Niekamp, who just wasn't ready for it. Nearly a turnover. And it's knocked out of bounds by Calhoun.
Caden Niekamp says, I'm used to tackling people. What are you doing giving me the ball down here? But he can do it. But they're trying to create down there. That would be where Ginenbacher's at. That's usually an easy bucket.
It was a really good pass that time from Blewett.
Gavin Blewett, who played limited last year, really has done a lot of things this year already. Very talented.
Has the dribble, hands it off in the corner to Moore. Guarded by the sophomore Zipprick. That's a tough draw for the sophomore. Here's Pabin now. Off to Peterson, drives in, has his shot blocked by Castleton, his third already. Into the front court with it comes Jack Webster for Calhoun. Warriors have the 5-point lead and the basketball, but their offense hasn't been nearly as smooth here in quarter number 2. Here's a pass in the paint to Longnecker. He'll put up a turnaround shot, count the bucket, and he's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line for a chance of the old-fashioned 3-point play.
The referee gave that one quicker than I could even see him give it, and they're going to call that one on
Peterson.
Peterson 30, okay, his first, team first. The old-fashioned 3-point play here for Castleton, who has 6, make it 7. The junior, yes, he's just a junior.
That was Longnecker, of course.
Or Longnecker, my mistake. I knew what I wanted to say. 9 is the biggest lead, 8 right now.
On the wing is Moore. Looks to the corner and Pabin. Bounce pass down the Niekamp between the hands of Peterson, but it comes free to Blewett. He'll drive inside, maybe got an extra step, but he uses the window and gets it to go.
Maybe 2.
That might have been the Euro step along with the Swedish hop that time. 3:45 to play in the half.
That might have been the golden shuffle.
He kind of looks like a Viking out there with the haircut, doesn't he? Jack, did you ever have a mullet?
No.
It's hard to believe, really. Here's Longnecker out top to Webster.
Cy Hall would have cut it with his pocket knife.
Into the corner, it is Castleton, finds Eilerman. He drives in, hangs in the air, and this kid's going to score a lot of points.
He gets that deep, you're in trouble because he's that good.
And he can really hop.
He's like Blewett on the other side, only just a freshman.
Here's a drive in by Pabin, a little hang in the air. How do you do for 2? He's got 5 to make it 20-14.
They get it to 6, but not much closer than that each and every time. Got it to 5, I guess.
Zipprick with the basketball. He's going to pull up for a 3. It's no good. Calhoun's had some really empty possessions in the second quarter, to whereas in the first quarter it was 3 or 4 passes to get to the open man. You've seen a lot of guys just, it's a one pass and a shot, and that's why they've allowed Central to get back into this contest.
Accolades on Coach Longnecker there. He could have been chewing on Zipprick on that shot, but instead just claps a hand and said, keep doing it, what you're doing.
Now, you don't want to discourage a young man. Here's Moore for a 3 now. It's no good. Rebound. Ooh, they're going to call Peterson for the push-off.
Peterson's lucky he didn't get a technical on that bounce in that ball. You do not do that.
Why?
His second, team second, because there's some referees that'll call a technical on you. That's why.
Yeah, I think it's a silly thing.
I understand, but you know what? 50% or higher of them will call it every single time.
Zipprick's bouncing the ball right now. You're going to give him a technical?
That could have been his 3rd foul if he'd have called it.
Zipprick has it on the right wing. I understand what you're saying, but if you're not showing up the official, I think it's a different story. Here's Blewett into the front court. Ooh, a little shovel pass off to Moore. Central looked good in transition there, and they've cut it down to a 4-point game.
Blewett said, see, if you'd thrown me those passes in football, I'd had more touchdowns.
2:05 to play in the half in a 2016 contest.
Like a Mahomes football pass, didn't it?
It wasn't falling down. Here's a pass to the corner and Zipprick. He'll drive inside. Pull-up shot is no good. Pabin with the board for Central. He'll push into the front court. Him staying on the floor has been big in the second quarter, I think. Here's Moore for the three, no good. Blewett's going to run down the offensive board, though. He'll work it down low to a wide-open Cole Peterson, who puts it up and in for two, and it's a 2-point game all of a sudden.
Can't forget to play defense if you're Calhoun. They fell asleep there down low about 4 trips in a row.
Warriors were up by 9, now lead by 2 with 1:29 to play in the half.
Now it depends on how you react the other way. They've been trying to go down low and having good success.
Here's Eilerman, shot no good, but fouled by Niekamp, who will be called for this one.
His second, team third. 2 free throws for the freshman Lane Eilerman. 6'3", 6'4", 20-18, 1:23 left in the half. It was 18-10 at one time. And Eilerman will get 2. First one up is good.
Jack, you know what I like to do on a beautiful day like today? Play a little golf at Plum Creek Golf Course. They're just off of I-72 north of Winchester. They welcome you to the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament every Monday and Wednesday, excluding holidays. Throughout the year, play all day for $25 card included. And if you'll play this Wednesday, they might even let you play for free. You just never know.
Well, I'd just go in the clubhouse and visit with Sean most of the day if I were them, because it'll be warm in there.
Made them both, did Eilerman, and it is a 4-point lead for.
A lot of times going into the halftime, he gets knocked down on the play out front, and that is going to be a foul on Jake Snyder's. It'll be his first, team third. If the guy goes down there, whether you thought you got him or not, you're going to get called for the foul out there, aren't you?
Pretty typical, yes.
Lomar will be the inbound man. Panthers need to get that last shot, 37.5 seconds here, and get a little momentum going into halftime because they haven't had much of that today.
Kind of rolling their direction at the moment, though, I feel like. As they trail by, 9? And now they trail by 2.
Yeah.
27 seconds to play in the half. Made a little adjustment to James Barnett. And he's pretty good at doing that, I might say. Pavin with it near the center circle with 17 seconds to play in the half. Works it on the right side to Moore. Moore with 10. Looks to create. Now to Pavin left side. He'll drive the middle. Gets underneath. Left-hand shot up and good. Ties the game at 22. 3, 2, 1. Zipper traveled with 0.8 seconds left. Central's going to get the ball back down here. Look for a possible back screen and lob to Blewitt here.
Or Moore just gets the ball and tanks one here. Because you got time to catch and shoot if you do it quick. Big man on Pavin on the sidelines.
Snyder's guarding the ball. He's on his tiptoes trying to get it in, and it'll be tipped and free as the buzzer sounds. But we head to halftime with a brand new contest. It's Camp Point Central and Calhoun in an entertaining contest from day number 2 of this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. These two teams are tied at 22 as we head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs. Or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Back with you on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at 3431 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next car purchase. Their staff is committed to making the process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. Check it out online at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them just across from Quincy High School in the Gym City.
15-6 after one quarter, the biggest lead of the ball game for Calhoun, tied at halftime at 22 apiece. One lead change as the Panthers led it 3-0. We were tied at 22 right now. Calhoun's turned the ball over 8 times, 4 in each quarter. The Panthers turned it over 4 times in the first quarter, none in the second quarter. And a lot of foul trouble for the Panthers. Caden Niekamp with 3, 2 on Drew Pabin, 2 on Elijah Genenbacher, and 2 on Cole Peterson. On the other side, 2 fouls on Drew Wallendorf, a single foul on Jake Snyders, and 1 on Lane Eidelman. Tied at 22 at halftime, the 1 play in the 8. Panthers trying to avoid the upset. We're back with more after these.
The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, with 2 locations to serve you in Bluffs and Meridosha. My wife and I have a long history with the Bank of Bluffs and its friendly staff. When we have needed a friend in the banking world, the Bank of Bluffs has always been in the right place for us. The Bank of Bluffs, the small town bank with a big heart for customers. Plus, you are dealing with your friends and neighbors every day. Why be a number when the Bank of Bluffs will treat you with respect and as a friend? The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, member FDIC.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams counties. Call 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Schumann and Emily Matthews at Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Tied up at 22 points apiece here at the halftime break of this championship bracket quarterfinal of the Winchester Invitational Tournament. Halftime stats brought to you in part by Tim Waters and Waters Concrete. They offer quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, sidewalks, anything with concrete. Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Call 309-252-1052.
Well, the weather outside is frightful, but watching the game on Central Illinois Sports, we hope is delightful. The shooting percentages look like this. Panthers 10 of 22, 45%. 2 of 8 from the arc, 25%. And they have not shot a free throw. Calhoun 9 of 22, 41%. 0 of 1 from the arc, but they're 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Led in scoring in the first half by Connor Longnecker with 7 points. Lane Eilerman came off the bench and has 6. Jack Webster, no points in the first half. Jack Ziprick with 4. Also, Jake Snyder off the bench with a single point, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And Chase Castleton has 4 in the ball game. On the other side, the Panthers are led by Drew Pabin with 7. 4 points from Gavin Blewett and Nick Moore. 4 also from Cole Peterson off the bench. And a single 3 from Elijah Ginnenbacher. Remember that? The first shot made of the game before he picked up his second foul. We're knotted at 22. The only tie of the ball game, 1 lead change. Panthers will have the basketball. We'll come back and tell you more as we get ready for the second half play-by-play after this.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Colt Mixer from Mixer Lumber Company in Clayton, Illinois. We have been selling grain bins for over 40 years. Our company provides years of experience, service, and quality products you can count on. GSI Grain Bins are a trusted company and are now offering their winter discounts. This is the time of year to order your new GSI Grain Bin. Mixer Lumber Company, where we treat people the way you want to be treated. Give us a call at 217-894-6412.
Thank you to Little Jess Motors for being our halftime sponsor. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at 3431 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois, and online at littlejessmotor.com.
Chris Gordon may have one of the best referee haircuts also. Could just shave that a little bit more.
Yeah, looks like a goofy old man that I know. Not you, of course.
No, you were talking about me.
No, not you. Someone else.
Well, that's okay. You can talk about me if you
my
want to.
Friend,
his Aunt Patty Crow, the long-time
Don.
driver's ed teacher at Franklin, an old buddy of ours, taught with your Aunt Sharon many years ago, because they all taught many years ago. Panthers with the basketball, tied at 22. Looking for our second lead change.
They were down by 9 at one point. 15-6, if I remember right.
That's correct, at the quarter.
Down low, they'll get it to Elijah Ginnenbacher. He says, hello, I'm back for 2.
He made the first 2 and the first 2 of the second half.
He's just the guy that gets the half started. And it makes it 24-22, Camp Point Central. The big comeback here, 18-7 run.
Second lead change.
The thing you notice about Camp Point Central is you don't remember the counting.
Why did he not keep counting? Yeah, I was going to say, then he counted to 2 and called it a 5. He had a 5 count and quit counting, and then he picked it back up at 2 and then blew the whistle.
I thought that guy from the Macomb tournament a couple of years ago was going to yell at him like he did Brad Dixon. He's counting, and I'm tired of it. Left side, Lohmeyer. At least I think it was Brad Dixon. If not, Brad, I've gotten that ingrained in my head that you were the
Are you going to
you were the
stand
counter.
up during this whole game?
Yeah, it's a basketball game. May even cheer. Here's more, right side. To Pavement out top. Looks on the drive, little one-handed runner, no good. And the rebound down to Wallendorf for Calhoun.
His first board.
Wallendorf into the front court, knifes the line. Ooh, nice bounce pass down to Longnecker, who puts it up. Can't get it to go, but that's because he's fouled and will shoot a pair.
I'm going to guess it's on Blewett. I got blocked there that time.
Yep.
No. Blewett's going to pick up his first foul of the second half. Longnecker back to the free throw line where he's 1 for 1, has 7 points. 7:02 left third quarter just underway. First one up by Longnecker is good.
He's a good free throw shooter.
You know why he grew a beard? He got tired of looking like his dad and his uncle, he told me. Second one up, also good, and we're tied at 24.
His hair's not nearly as gray as Casey or Bryant's. Tied up at 24 points apiece on the PCRE.
He's just a good athlete, isn't he?
Here's Moore with it on the left side.
Kennenbacher said, I'm going to throw one to you like you threw to me, but you threw him right to me all the time in football.
Out top, Lohmeyer on the bounce now. Works it on the wing to Pabin. Looking in the post to Kennenbacher. He says, I'll try to go to work. Left side now, Moore gets the skip pass to the corner. Ooh, nice find underneath. You'll see that on Channel 7 tonight as Moore finds Kennenbacher for 2.
Thought maybe we'd see it in the Sheila Davidsmeyer replay.
We might in just a moment.
Okay. When we have time.
Got a live game going on. Down low with it is Longnecker. Missed it, got it back, and he's just trying to increase his chances for a double-double as he puts it back up and in.
Actually, only his second board of the day.
Oh, yeah, but it increases his chances if he gets that rebound there, doesn't it? Lohmeyer, skip pass over to Moore on the right side. He's kind of turned it on here in the second and into the third quarter a bit. Here's Blue out from the baseline, no good. And Castleton has the rebound for Calhoun. Pushes into the front court to Zipprick. Kicks out top. Webster for the 3 in the lead, and it's good. Jack Webster tickles the twine from 19-9, his first bucket of the game, and gives Calhoun the advantage with 5:35 to play in the third.
Third lead change.
Blew it down low, looks to direct some traffic. Now into a double team. Fadeaway shot is no good. Nice job by Longnecker to hold his ground defensively. Here comes Castleton the other way. Crossover. Drives. Ooh, looks to kick and throws it away.
First turnover of the second half, 9 on Calhoun.
That foot started to slip on him. He was afraid to get the travel. Now here's a spin move by Blewett, no good. And Webster with the rebound.
His second defensive board of the night.
Webster going to try to push inside now. His runner is up and no good, but gets his own rebound. Gives it to Longnecker. He puts his shoulder down and puts it up and in.
Blewett says, I went down, but I guess not on purpose. 13 for Longnecker now. Nice job.
I don't mind him trying to buy the call, but I think it was a good no call there. There really wasn't much there. Pabin with it on the right side for Camp Point Central, down by 5 again with 4:37 to play in the third. Here's Moore for a 3 left side, and it's good. When you need a basket, usually go to Nick Moore.
He's got 7, 2-point game. Calhoun doing what they had success with in the first half, going to the middle and driving to the basket, and then they forgot that in the second quarter for a while.
Yeah, for a long while, allowed Camp Point Central back in the game. Here's Zipper going to drive down low. He traveled and had the ball then stripped away. And a foul will be called on Lohmeyer.
Lohmeyer's going to pick up the foul, his first, team second of the quarter, I do believe. And no doubt Zipper might have got by with travel. I'm kind of surprised Pabin's not guarding him because I think there's a turnover or two to be got on him versus Webster.
Down low, they'll work the ball into Longnecker, going to work against Blewett. Good defense this time. Here's Webster on the drive, gets caught underneath, blocked by Blewett. Rebound to Moore. 4 minutes to play in the third. Central on the attack into the front court. Moore gets it back from Pabin, now gives it to Pabin on the wing right side. Works off the dribble, pull-up jump shot ties us up at 31 points apiece. What a contest here on a snowy January night. We'll get an Adams Network timeout. Adams Experts, they're local and providing great opportunities for you when your computer goes down. They also have computer sales. Call Adams Experts, 217-214-3423.
Sports families, come check out Central Valley Sports, the new facility in town. Located 3 miles south of Winchester at 520 Winchester Glasgow Road. Batting cages, pitching mounds, pitching machines, and more. Open to all ages and skill levels. The facility is available for team rental, individual membership, and family memberships. Be sure to check out the Central Valley Sports Facebook page for more information and stay up to date on individual lessons and camps offered throughout the year.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
3 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the third. Game tied at 31 points apiece. Back to live action after the Calhoun timeout.
Calhoun had the last lead.
They've led by as many as 9 in the contest. Right now, though, the game is tied at 31 points apiece. Here's a drive in by Wallendorf. Has it stripped away by Paben, who's been pretty good at doing just that tonight.
Into the game comes Eilerman. Webster sits down. The two of them have not played at the same time, but that might be a good combination down the road.
Inbounds pass in the corner. Wallendorf, he's been a little quieter on the offensive side here today. After, 19 the other night?
Yeah.
Here's a drive in by Wallendorf. Finds his teammate Longnecker, whose shot is blocked by Blewett.
Second block, third board of the day.
And Central with a chance to retake the lead. 3:09 to play in the third. Paben with it. Out to Moore. How about this three for the lead? No good. Rebound to Castleton. He wants to push into the front court. Dribble drive, coast to coast, lays it off the window, missed it. Rebound Longnecker. He's tied up, and a jump ball will head the way of Calhoun.
Yep, nice job by Paben as Longnecker's been bringing the ball down constantly, and the Panthers have picked up on that.
And takes it down to his waist, lets a guy even Paben size, only about 5'7", get hands on it here. Calhoun with the possession after the alternating arrow.
Peterson now working on Longnecker down low on the defensive side.
He's given good minutes today and did Saturday as well for Camp Wood Central. Here's a pass inside. Peterson bats it away, and it's stolen away by Blewett. He'll push to Moore into the front court. Explodes to the Ram man. In for two.
Lead change is our fourth.
Good pass that time came the way of Blewett. He has a couple of assists to his name as well.
Block, rebound, and assist. Pretty good combination that time.
Here's a drive by Ziprick trying to answer, no good. And the rebound down to Elijah Ginnenbacher.
His second board of the day after Moore caused some confusion.
Moore blocked out of there by the freshman Eilerman this time. He got up and knocked it into the baseline as Lane Eilerman shows that he can have a little hop to him as well. Look at that go into the padding on the end.
Nothing easy there.
Here's Paben on the left wing. Sizes up his defender and Eilerman. Tries to drive now. Works it in the middle to Peterson. Ooh. Tough pass.
Tough.
Good job by Peterson just to get hands on that one.
32 mile an hour from about 7
feet. Right side with it is Paben now. That's why he's a catcher, right, Jack?
That's right. He caught it.
Paben on the left side, a little give and go into the land of the Giants. He says, help, help, get me out of here. Now down, they'll give it to Peterson. Now top to Moore. His voice doesn't really sound like that, I don't think. He'll pull up for a jump shot, and it's good.
Paben with 11 now, and the Panthers have a 4-point lead, their biggest in the ball game.
It is their biggest of the game, and John will fix the clock on the camera clock.
Some guy come by and knock it away.
And we had a minor earthquake here. 1:16 to play in the third. Here's a drive in by Eiler, blocked again by Blewett, his third. Into the front court, Paben on the run out, shovels it out to Ginnenbacher. He'll try the drive inside to the window, no good. Rebound, Peterson, put back, won't fall. Rebound again this time to the Panthers. A three on the way by Moore, no good. Couple of opportunities, but Longnecker now secures it for Calhoun. 50 seconds to play in the period. This is the largest lead of the contest right now, and it's about to get bigger as Moore picks the pocket of Ziprick and then goes to the other end for two.
He's got 11.
37-31 Central, up by 6 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. PCRErealestate.com to see all the latest local listings.
They've switched people who are guarding certain people, and that's caused some turnovers.
Not many fouls called in the quarter, 2 against Camp Point Central, but none was that crucial third foul on anybody yet. Here's Castleton, gets underneath, lost it, blocked again by Blewett.
His fourth.
He'll take it into the front court and will be fouled.
He'll also pick up a rebound. That foul is going to go against Jack Ziprick, and that's one of those frustration fouls, his first. Calhoun into the game. Wallendorf sits down. Eilerman in. Webster in. Eilerman sits down. Panthers with their biggest lead of 6 right here and have it with 13.3 seconds left in the quarter.
And they get the ball to start the fourth.
Barring a tie-up, as Charlie likes to say.
10 seconds to play. Ball handoff goes to Moore. Over to Ginnenbacher. Top of the key. Blewett gets it into Moore. He'll turn and face. Free throw line. Fade away. Jump shot. No good. Rebound loose and secured by Webster as the buzzer sounds. We head to quarter number 4. Camp Point Central with a 6-point lead, 37-31 over Calhoun.
Hey, grab me one too.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ready to start quarter number 4. Camp Point Central, the 6-point lead. Panthers will also have the basketball to start this final quarter of play.
They're 17 of 39 from the field, 3 of 11 from the arc. Haven't shot a free throw. 11 and 11 for Moore and Pabin. 12 of 34 is Calhoun. 1 of 2 from the arc. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And 13 for Longnecker in the first 3 quarters. Calhoun turned the ball over 3 times, and those were crucial turnovers in that quarter. Blewett with 4 blocks, 3 of them in the quarter.
There's a little bit of a telling moment there in the third quarter when Moore picked the ball from Ziprick. Moore pulled away on the dribble drive into the front court. He's got plenty of gas left in the tank, even though he has not sat down a second in this contest.
Peterson's been big in this game, too.
Here's Moore, gets it to Peterson. Left side, Elijah Ginnenbacher. Drives baseline to Peterson. He'll knife inside to Moore, top of the key. 4-3, good. Nick Moore from downtown in Camp Point Central has a 9-point lead. They trailed by as many as 9 in the first half, now lead by 9 in an 18-point swing.
10 points in the second half for Moore, by the way.
Calhoun needs some answers. Wallendorf with it out front. Guarded hard by Pabin, who picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter and has not picked up a third. Webster with it and hasn't lost any aggressiveness, by the way. Here's Webster on a dribble drive inside. Ooh, he got the man off of his feet. Now kicks it out front to Ziprick. Over to Webster for a 3, trying to answer, no good. And the rebound run down by Ziprick, saves it in. Moore then saves it again, and Central gets the ball.
Moore, they try to throw it off of him, and he's just so soft about letting the ball come off of him and stealing it there.
Here's Pabin to Moore. Moore on the dribble out front for Camp Point Central, looking to add to this 9-point lead, which is their biggest of this affair.
Nick
Here's
Moore
a
with the
shot put up, no good, and the rebound comes down to Longnecker.
His 5th board of the day, 4 on the defensive side.
Down low, they'll get it to Longnecker. Had the man open. Snyder hit him a little late, had to throw it back out, now to Ziprick. To Longnecker in the paint, going to work against Blewett. Turnaround shot up and in for 2.
15 for Longnecker now. He finally stopped the bleeding.
Longnecker with the basket.
That's where Calhoun had their best success, taking it down low.
Right side, Pabin with the touch. He shouts out some instructions for his squad.
What's the producer talking about?
He's singing a song, I believe. Here's a drive in by Moore. Kicks to Ginnenbacher, right wing. Drives in, little scoop shot, no good. Rebound Peterson on the offensive glass. Pabin gets it. He'll drive the lane. His little floater is up and in for 2. Pabin got the basket, but give credit to Peterson that time for getting that offensive rebound and allowing Central to have the second chance opportunity.
13 assists by Peterson. He's second. 9-point lead ties the biggest.
Snyder's with it on the wing, and a timeout here called by Calhoun. Adams Network timeout. Probably a needed one for the Warriors as they find themselves down 9 with 5:26 to play.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
5:26 to play in the contest. Calhoun took the time out. And for this Warriors squad, trailing by 9. Still a lot of time left in this game, but Camp Point Central has made the adjustments. Calhoun going to have to fix a few things yet if they're going to get back into this contest.
Glad to have the Slaters joining us. Mama Slater down at Barnes having some tests done. Praying for you guys.
Wallendorf on the wing right side. Drives the baseline and is fouled by Peterson. That was a pass, so no shots here.
Peterson's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his third, first of the fourth quarter. Peterson just would have been patient. Wallendorf was going to pass it off because he was not going to the basket there, but contact right when he made the pass.
Bounce pass. Zipprick looking, gets it in the corner to Eilerman.
It's a young man that had 6 in the first half, no points in the third quarter.
Here's a ball now stolen away by Moore. Moore, the steal and the little finger roll over the top of the rim. And that's a double-digit Camp Point Central lead.
16 points for him, 12 turnovers on Calhoun now. Moore's picked their pocket 3 times.
Here's Castleton now, a little up and under move. Good take to the rim and a finish.
They needed that. Castleton with 6 now.
Makes it a 9-point game again on the PCRE scoreboard. 4:47 to play in this one. And game number 1 of 2 on this wintry mix night. Here's a ball poked away from behind, stolen away as it lands in the lap of Eilerman.
5 turnovers in the Panthers, first since the first quarter.
Here's Wallendorf, blows by his man, trying to throw a pass. It's kicked by Peterson, and it'll be ball out of bounds underneath here for the Warriors.
More of a bounce off the ankle, and, I never can distinguish whether they're going to call a kick or just that bounce in that situation, because that rule changed a few years ago.
Here's Wallendorf for a 3, trying to dial long distance. No good, ball out of bounds. It'll be Calhoun basketball, the official tells us.
Coach Longnecker calls the number 5 play. These guys up there running the camera know what that means, and they're not telling us.
Underneath comes into Longnecker, and he's fouled. Looks like he'll shoot 2.
Foul as Longnecker will be fouled by Moore. Give him 2 free throws. He's been there a lot. Moore picks up the foul. It'll be his first. Second team foul. Longnecker 3 for 3 from the charity stripe, I do believe, and he has 15 on the night. 44-35, 4:24 left in regulation here in this quarterfinal game. Longnecker still perfect from the free throw line.
LSST Trucking and 3D Leasing for all of your trucking and hauling needs. Call the Dunhams and their professional team at LSST Trucking and 3D Leasing. 217-285-2808.
7 of 8, Calhoun, make him 8 of 9, and he's got 5 in a row and 17 points for the junior in Longnecker.
I think a chance here if you are Calhoun to turn on the physicality a bit. You have no fouls in this quarter. Really nobody in any kind of foul trouble. Here's a pass down low to Peterson. He'll put up a shot, no good. A rebound down to Eilerman.
Peterson went up a little bit soft that time.
Kind of thought he was going to draw contact and didn't. Wallendorf out front, and he travels.
Yep. That's the 13th turnover, 5 in the second half, and that one just tried to be too quick as he had Moore on him. And you notice Moore guarding him and trying to equalize that speed on that end. Coach Barnett making some good adjustments for the Panthers as they started off slow as a turtle tonight. They're only up by 7.
Ginnenbacher now returns the favor, and he travels on that end.
6 turnover, 2 in the last 2 trips. Elijah Ginnenbacher got a little bit too big a hurry. Glad to have Bob Ray watching the game with Deb tonight in this frightful weather. It's going to be okay, though. Snowmageddon is maybe going to leave us before the night's over. Be careful out there, though. Be careful.
Castleton with it out front. Has picked up the bounce. His team down by 7. Each possession big here now for Calhoun. Wallendorf drives inside. Bounce pass into Longnecker. Patient up. No good. Blocked again by Blewett. And he gets the board. He's been a force underneath in this second half for Calhoun.
5 for Camp Point. 5 for 5. 5 rebounds, 5 blocks. You're talking about Blewett, right?
Yeah, force for Calhoun to reckon with if he'd have let me finish. Gosh, interrupted my sentence again.
Yeah, your sentence had stopped with a period.
That was just my brain processing. Now here's a scramble for the ball. It's not over and back, I guess. Into the front court with it is Moore. He'll shoot a 3, and why not?
Probably should have been over and back. 19 points for Moore now.
10-point game. Biggest lead of the contest was 11 just a bit ago.
Don't shoot that. Yeah.
Yeah, good shot. Yeah, kids like Nick Moore have a green light whenever they want it. Here's a steal by Peterson. He then picks it up, and Moore says, I'll take it into the front court for you. Calhoun with no fouls here. Might want to try to add a couple of those up.
Remember Nick Moore made a shot right over here, right where that Mountain Dew bottle is falling off last year?
No, I don't.
You made the call.
Here's a ball knocked loose, goes into the hands of Peterson, and he'll call him for a travel. No, they'll say Moore was out of bounds when he touched the ball.
I thought maybe Coach Barnett tried to call a timeout, but 3 turnovers and 3 trips for the Panthers after committing only 4 before that. 7 in the game now.
James Barnett says, I don't believe he was out of bounds. The referee says he was, but he says, I still don't believe it.
Go to the monitor. Go to the monitor. You can't do that in high school, by the way.
Not yet. Left side with it is Eilerman. Works off of the screen. Lob down low, knocked away from the help side defense by Moore. Stays with Calhoun underneath.
They'll always come to one of us for that monitor, though, because some people don't have those monitors.
Inbounds pass to Eilerman left side. Back to Castleton. It's not a real big three-point shooting team for Calhoun. And they're going to call that a foul.
I'll be darned. Papen's going to pick up his 13th foul. Looked like a jump ball to me, but, I wasn't where the official was. And now Peterson holding his head. He got thumped on that. They'll have to take him out of the game as he's looking a little woozy here.
They'll bring Niekamp back as Peterson
needs some help getting off the court, I do believe. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but our producer saw it, so he's trying to kind of feed us some information.
Out of bounds underneath here for Calhoun with 1:55 to play. They're down by 10. Get Peterson to the bench and get him attended to there.
Still wish there was a trainer here. If you're a trainer, you ought to be here.
Inbounds pass comes to Wallendorf, wide open from the corner, no good. And the rebound to Moore.
His 4th board, all in the second half, by the way.
Gets it to Paven. 10-point lead and the basketball for Central. 1:43 to play in this contest. Still haven't seen an upset in this tournament, and without a valiant effort here for Calhoun in the next minute and 33 seconds, he still won't.
A little physical out there in the guard play right now, isn't it?
Have not been called for a foul in the quarter. Here's Ginnenbacher, and he'll get it out to Moore. I think Zipprick is actually trying to foul at this point. To Paven. Paven to Ginnenbacher, across to Moore. 1:13 to play in the game, and now Zipprick will be called for the foul.
So they had to run a lot to get that foul. His first in the second half, or fourth quarter for Calhoun, 47-37 with a minute 11 left in this one.
And we get a timeout here taken by Casey Longnecker and the Calhoun Warriors. Top-notch local computer sales and services. Adams Experts, our timeout sponsor, 217-214-3423.
At the First National Bank of Beardstown, you come first. We're dedicated to helping you in any way we can with a full line of financial products delivered by caring, experienced professionals. With locations in Beardstown, Murrayville, and Winchester, we're here to serve the region with your banking needs. Contact our Winchester location at 217-742-3134 or visit us online at bankingyoufirst.com. The First National Bank of Beardstown, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
After the Calhoun timeout, we're back to live action, and Wallendorf steals the inbounds play. He'll put up a little runner, no good. Rebound loose. Wallendorf gets it back as it's stripped and stolen away by Niekamp.
Niekamp with the block and the rebound basically there.
And then a foul in the backcourt. Ziprick going to be called for his second, team second.
It's actually his third, I do believe.
All right.
Well, they just say 2 on the board.
I just think they hadn't changed it yet.
Okay, there you go.
Camp Point Central ball out of bounds in the backcourt with a minute to play in the fourth quarter.
4 turnovers in the quarter on the Panthers.
Moore is fouled out front by Eilerman.
Those are on purpose because they're trying to get to 5, and they've gotten to 3 now.
Still need
57.8.
Still need to go after the ball. Always important that you still look like you're trying to get the ball, even if you are trying to foul. Now Wallendorf will foul.
I mean, I know they're going to foul, but
he fouled them. But reach right across.
But the intent of the fouls earlier in the game, they could have called those 2, but I don't want you to call it real tight. Trust me.
Here's Moore, and he's into a double team, and he'll be fouled by Castleton, I believe. Or Ziprick.
He'll pick up his 4th, 15 foul, and you're going to put Moore to the free throw line. Panthers have not shot a free throw yet. They will now. Moore with 19 on the day, 15 in the second half. Nick Moore, the senior, 4-year starter. First one up is good. He's got 20.
Illini Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Located on the campus of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield, across from McDonald's. You see patients ages 18 months and older. No appointment necessary. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org.
No good. Second one, rebound by Castleton.
Into the front court, Castleton brings the ball. His pull-up jump shot is good. Makes it a 9-point game with 43 seconds to play, and Wallendorf will foul Pabin.
Wallendorf will pick up the foul. That'll be his 4th. Pabin to the free throw line. Panthers 1 for 2 from there. Pabin on the night with 13, 6 in the second half. Had 7 led all scores in the first half. Good adjustments by the Panthers after they were a little slow getting off the bus tonight. First one by Pabin is no good.
Down 15-6 at one point in the contest. Calhoun had a little bit of a stretch there in the second quarter where they quit feeding the ball to the post, and that allowed Camp Point Central to come back in the game, and then they've had control of it here in the second half.
Pabin missed them both.
Castleton brings it into the front court for Calhoun. He'll drive inside, a little scoop shot up, no good. Rebound to Moore. Moore in the backcourt. Will dribble away from the defenders. Still on the bounce and is fouled by Castleton.
Castleton, both hands on him, picks up his first. Put Moore back to the free throw line. 1 for 4 of the Panthers from there. 28.8 seconds left. 9-point lead. Just not enough time, I'm afraid, for Calhoun to make the comeback. They scored, 12 in a row after the Panthers had the first 3. First one up by Moore is good. He's got 21.
Did you know that capture the flag or flag football? Flag football is an Olympic sport now. I think Moore could be good at that.
He could be one of those speed football players. Makes them both. He's got 22, 18 in the second half.
Pretty good second half.
Ties the biggest lead.
Here's Wallendorf, 3 blocked. Rebound down to Niekamp. And with 20 seconds remaining, Camp Point Central should be able to just hold this one out, but Calhoun will foul and send Moore to the free throw line.
Castleton's going to pick up the foul. Too little, too late. Put Moore back there, and you're just going to add to his stats now. 3 of 6 from the free throw line are the Panthers. Now you just want to come out healthy on both sides, 50-39. If he makes one of these, it'll be their biggest lead of the game. First one by Moore is good, and you don't want to play him in horse, I don't think. 51-39. Second by Nick Moore, the senior. No good. Rebound, Castleton.
He'll take it into the front court himself. Eilerman on the right side. He'll pull up for a 3. It's no good off the iron. Rebound comes down to Longnecker. His baseline shot rattles in and out, no good. Ginnebacher the board, and the Panthers avoid the upset here with the 51-39 win over Calhoun. Camp Point Central will play at 8:30 on Thursday night of the championship semifinal against the winner of Route and Greenfield Northwestern. This squad from Calhoun will come back on Friday at 5:30 to play the loser of that same contest. And we take you to the Blessing Health System postgame show with final stats, and we'll name our player of the game next.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. you need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Back with you on the Blessing Health System post-game show. Camp Point Central wins this one 51-39 over Calhoun, a game that Calhoun led by 9 points in the first half, but Central made the adjustments, and they come back and win this one, kind of pulling away at the end. They move to, what do we say, Jack? 13-3 on the season. Yep. Calhoun drops to 12-5 in the Blessing Health System post-game show. Blessing Health serving the entire region with high-quality healthcare services close to home. Learn more at blessinghealth.org.
Calhoun 15-45, 33%, 1 of 6 from the arc, 17%, 79 or 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 78%. Connor Longnecker 10 points in the second half, 17 in the ball game to go with 5 boards and a block shot. Also Eilerman with 6 points, all in the first half. Jack Webster with a 3 that came in the second half. Jack Ziprick with 4 points in the game, one by Jake Snyders. Chase Castleton had 8 points, 4 in each half. And Drew Wallendorf, who was in double figures the other day, scored no points in the game for his squad. On the other side, Panthers 21 of 47, 44.6%, 5 of 14 from the arc, 35%, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Nick Moore led the way with 23, 19 of them in the second half to go with 5 boards. 4 for Gavin Blewett, along with 5 blocks, 5 boards. Drew Pavin had 13, 7 in the first half, 6 in the second half. Elijah Ginnenbacher had 7 in the game, I should say. 3 in the first half, 4 in the second. Cole Peterson with 4 points. Also for the Panthers. Panthers win it 51-39.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why he's proud to support the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the contest in this one by Nick Moore, 23 points, huge second half, as he helps take a close game and spread it out in a hurry for Camp Point Central as they continue on in their Winchester tournament travels, as they'll play in the semifinals on Thursday evening. Calhoun drops into the 5th and 6th place bracket. Well, they'll play Friday at 5:30. Again, Central 51, Calhoun 39. We'll have more action for you on Central Illinois Sports in just a while as Round and Greenfield Northwestern will go head-to-head. We thank you for joining us